Hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. I'm assuming that's working. I'm going to turn the TV down, though, so there's no echo. And yeah, I do have a headset on, so I'm not going to be able to hear my own volume level. So, if I get too loud, that's why! No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so yeah, Silent Hill F. I just beat it the other day. It was a lot of fun. Then I learned that there were multiple endings, that if you play through second, third, and fourth time, it's always going to be a little different. So, yeah, that sounded interesting. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the second playthrough right now. Oh, wait a minute. Do I go to continue or new game? I don't think it would be new game. Or load. I'm just going to hit continue. See what happens. Yeah, new game plus. Okay. I'm going to keep it the same for now, because I don't really feel like dealing with, you know, extra bullshit. Especially since I'm going to have to be not popping pills, those red pills, to make sure that I get the certain ending. Alright, let's go ahead and start. Yeah, I've been, like, working out a little bit lately, like, my upper arm muscles, you know, or just arm muscles in general, and it's like really weird, like having muscles that are bigger than what they normally were. They like kind of get in the way a little bit, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's just weird.
ねえねえ、知ってる？女の人はお嫁さんになるのが仕事なんだって。
仕事じゃないよ。ひな子はお嫁さんになりたくないの？
でもお父さんに言われるとなりたくなくなる。
宿題と同じだね。
やれって言われるとやる気なくす。
お待たせ。お姉ちゃん。何かいいことでもあった？
Found it interesting that they never showed her face also throughout the whole game.
お姉ちゃんって小さい頃からずっとお姉ちゃんだったんだなって。
ひな子、私ね。
The soundtrack was really good too. The game itself also was very visually appealing, very beautiful. Honestly, I kind of prefer this setting to the other ones just because it's so different, and I don't know, it feels perfect for Silent Hill. I know a lot of people were like complaining about it.
ありがとう。
Yeah. That was weird. Did anybody else see that weird little flash for a second?
とにかく今後のことは親の方で話を進める。
お父さん、ひな子の気持ちだって。
こんな話二度とないんだぞ。ひな子にとってこれ以上の幸せがあるか。あるわけがない。どこ行く。話はまだ終わってないぞ、ひな子。
それにしてもあのひな子がね。
あいつは本当に高校娘だ。何しろおかげで借金は全て返せる。二度と金に困らずに済むぞ。
お父さん、やめてくださいよ。ひな子に聞こえますよ。
Now, I know a lot of people were calling this woke, this game woke. I mean, not really. They placed this at a very good time in history that actually made sense with, you know, a lot of the subject matter that they tackle with this game. Not saying that there weren't like a couple moments where I felt like they leaned maybe a little too hard into the men are horrible, men are pigs, men treat women like they're animals kind of thing. I was like, all right, you don't have to go that far with it, but I also know that it was also very different back in that time, especially in that part of the world. So, you know, it's fine with that. I would not describe this as woke slop. And yeah, the game itself, the complaints I have is that a couple times throughout the game it feels kind of like a slog a little bit, like just a couple of areas just felt like filler. And the villains, or not the villains, the enemy varieties just weren't enough. There should have been more enemies. And, yeah, just there should have been more monsters. For anybody that doesn't want a spoiler, don't look at this, but yeah, and then yeah, also there are only what 3 or 4 bosses. Yeah, they didn't do a good job with the parents when they were bosses, because they should have been they should have looked different, like vastly different from everything else. That one was creepy. Yeah, intimidating monster that appears in Shirumuku, a traditional white wedding kimono. Uses their grand fox arm to compel others to obey. It looks down on me and denies my existence, but at the same time it pities me, like it thinks it's better than me or something. Don't look down on me. You're no better. You're no better at all. You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all. I did think that was really cool. Once again, a spoiler alert for how they swapped both of her like versions of herself. Like her human version was left in Silent Hill, or whatever the fuck that was, the little dreamscape with the shrine, and then the actual demon came out onto the main like material plane. That was pretty fucking dope. Like running around the town with that wolf or the fox arm and shit. I watched something about Video Donkey messing with this and how you couldn't go through the clothes. Impenetrable barrier. I know a lot of people are fans of Donkey. I can't. I just can't. I don't like his voice. It doesn't matter what kind of personality he has. I mean, he seems like a cool dude. It's just his voice just really is just grating to me. Every time I hear it, I'm like, ugh. And I've seen a few things saying that that's not his real voice, but I'm not really sure, honestly. If it's a persona, then he could have chosen one that was a little less aggravating. But if it's his real voice, then, you know, I'm sorry he was born like that. Anyways. Alright. Yeah, let's take a look at this town. I do really like the town, like I said. This also opens up the opportunity to do more Silent Hills in other places in the world, and also other time periods. Imagine some weird stuff like Eldritch cult Cthulhu kind of stuff going on, you know, where like Whitby would be. And then, yeah, imagine like some stuff in the past, like I don't know, an Old West Silent Hill. That could be interesting. Like your protagonist is somebody who's killed a bunch of Indians, like settlers or something, or chased them out, and he has to deal with the consequences, that kind of stuff. Can you imagine how creepy that would be? Native American spirits and stuff haunting you. And then also, another thing in Japan, Ramri Island. That would be absolutely horrific. Just constant dreams and like monsters involving like teeth and like scaled enemies to, you know, act like, you know, or resemble the aspects of a crocodile and stuff. What a brutal story too. I can't believe that was real. I don't think there's going to be anything over here because I don't think there was in the first playthrough. But, like I said, it's the second playthrough, so we'll see. Oh. A fox's wedding is a common expression used for times when it rains while the sun is still shining. According to the older folk here in Ebusugayoko, however, they also use this expression for when a young girl was spirited away. Folklore pertaining to gods and spirits becoming infatuated with human women is not something unique to Japan and can be found across the world. Episogauki, I don't know how to pronounce that, is no exception to this. Even here, there are old tales of young girls being taken away on a fox's wedding and disappearing forever. During the Meiji and Taisho periods, the town elders would apparently reassure the families of missing daughters that they had been swept away by a fox lord and are now enjoying a life of luxury without a care. Yeah. I want to know more about the fox mask. Like, what's he doing here? Is he, like, actually a human, or is he part demon? Is he a kitsune? It almost seemed like that's what the idea was, that maybe he was like a kitsune that was stuck in Silent Hill. And the only way to escape is through marriage, maybe. I don't know. I do like the fact that he could banish demons. That was pretty cool. I think that's why a lot of people were kind of thrown off by how different this one was. Like, it's basically like an anime. Like, Resident Evil meets fucking Inuyasha. And I still have the stuff from the last one, so... Yeah, okay. This is still the same game, then. Alright. So, I have to make sure that I don't take any pills this entire playthrough. Beer. Hmm. That was another thing also that, as a man, the aspect of marriage doesn't frighten me. I know for some women it's been different, especially, you know, in those time periods where they were forced to marry somebody in particular that they weren't in love with. Imagine spending your whole life married to somebody you didn't want to... Yeah, I can understand why there'd be fear on that side. The game itself could have been a little more scary, too. Just a little bit. Yeah, for sure. I'm not going to read everything I see, like, out loud, so... I wonder if that's what she's taking in those pills. And that's why she had that psycho trip. I even thought when I was first taking the pills at the beginning, when they were part of the story, the guy was handing them to me, I was even wondering if I should be taking them, but I just ignored that and kept going. Then later I was like, oh, yeah, who knew? Although apparently for the first playthrough you have to get the same ending no matter what, I guess, so even if I didn't take them at all, I'm guessing I still would have gotten it. Yeah, that's got to be exactly what she was taking, was what we were just reading about. Whoa, okay, that wasn't open last time. This is new. Just for future reference, anybody that hears children laughing or crying or playing, don't go in that direction. And you should be okay. Research Journal Photo 1. A photo attached to a research journal. It appears to be a clue collected by a researcher investigating the folklore of Ebisukayo. Geico. Oh, yes, here we go. I already said the swords. Oh, great. Now I have to find a bunch of statues now. That was another very missed opportunity. Two things was the weapons. There absolutely should have just been a normal sword that you could have found. I know that they were a little rare, like to have a katana or whatever was definitely like a great honor. So like, or at least I guess some of them. I don't really know too much about that kind of stuff, but I feel like somebody should have had one. And also, I know there's no guns in Japan in that time period and whatnot. So like, why can we not have a bow? One of those, you know, really tall bows that they pull back with such grace. How come that wasn't in there? Even if it was just for a scene of you like holding off like demons coming across a bridge, that would have been pretty cool. Oh yeah, I just read this. I'll go through there in just a second. Some of the snacks that you find in here too, also like yeah, I guess the arari, however you pronounce it, and the some kind of like jelly thing that starts with an F, I think, or an E. I think. I know you guys who's played it. I know you know what I'm talking about. I want to try that. Damn, she needs a lot of keys. Okay. 3 keys for this house. Do-do-do. 4 keys. 4 keys. At least that door's open. What's that? This magazine. My father isn't fond of seeing these around. Oh, your father's a sexist. This is from Sakuko, but it's too cute for me. Okay. Balcony key. Alright. Why would you need a key for that if you're on the 2nd floor? In a town that probably has no crime. Except for girls going missing because they're kidnapped by foxes. I mean, I guess, yeah, okay. Play house like a good girl should. Isn't that cute? But it's wrong! There's no phrase that is more appropriate than that right now. Nothing. That would be kind of cool to live in a place like this. When I was in China traveling through, there were a few villages we stopped that looked just like this, where I was 100% not just the first white person there, but the first foreigner there, where like everyone was like, holy shit, dude, look. So I had to get very used to people watching me and looking at me all the time. Boy's diary. I'm going to be a treasure hunter. I'll make sure of it. And then I'll become a millionaire by finding treasure all over the world. And then I'll be in a movie with Nicolas Cage. And not just hunting treasure, a real treasure hunter sometimes takes down big scary beasts and bad guys. And don't forget that they have to learn how to escape dangerous traps, too. I was play fighting with the girl who lives next door when Mom got mad at me. She said, what if you leave a scar on her face and then nobody will marry her? What's all that all about? I think that girl would be a really good treasure hunter, though. She's always finds the hidden treasure when we play treasure hide and seek. Holy shit! I just realized we had a very missed opportunity as children to play treasure hide and seek, where you bury the treasure, and then leave clues to where it is. Fuck! How did we not? All right. Well. There was one weird thing. There's a little beach next to a lake that I lived near. We called it Beer Can Beach. People would go down there and drink all the time. And at one point we realized that whatever we left down there would be gone the next day, no matter what. Like we hid something behind a tree, came down the next day, it was gone. We tied something up and like pulled it up into a tree. It was gone the next day. I even buried something one time. Came back the next day and it was gone. And we were like, what the fuck, dude? Never got the answer for what the hell that was. We even asked people that went down there like daily Like, yeah, man, shit just goes missing.
なら誰か来てるかな。
I'm actually surprised we never saw a dog in this game. So yeah, that's definitely what happened. The Inari-sama is the fox mask, so at least got that much. I mean, obviously he was... Like, I know I said he could be human, but I definitely doubted that, because once he put the mask on, his eyes started glowing. I am excited for a new boss fight, because I know that you can fight some kind of giant fox thing. Yeah, just the missed opportunities with the enemy varieties. There could have been something else. Even just 2 or 3 extra enemies that just were different and not just reskins. Oh, fuck. That actually made me jump a little bit because I wasn't expecting that. That never happened in the first playthrough. Okay, well that's where the Earthstone is. Okay, so now I gotta find an old doll. Yeah, see, that would be the thing that would worry me on the first playthrough. Like, if I was just walking and that happened to me in real life, I would definitely call in sick and be like, I'm not coming to school today. I just had a vision about touching a statue, and I saw a box in somebody's house. Apparently I have to offer a doll to it. And be like, dude, are you alright? I'm like, no. No, man. Which location? Was it upstairs? I know. In here. Hey! Okay, an old doll in the shape of a bride made from clay. It seems to be... Okay, well, that's one. I am going to try to open another one just to see what happens. Oh. Uh-oh. I hope I didn't ruin it. Hold on a second. I'm actually looking that up because I don't want to ruin my playthrough. Okay. Oh, that's for the classroom. Box statue puzzle. That's not right. Ugh. Sword statue puzzle. Okay. Hmm. da, da, da. Okay. Yeah, they could have easily have had just a normal sword and then have an extra magical sword that you could get later. Hmm. Okay, it says that there are several miniature chests. Some contain notes that you can collect. So it's basically, they're not all in this one spot, which is what I was kind of worried about. Yeah, I thought I just ruined my playthrough by that. They're just simply notes, but yeah, that note did, the way it was phrased, it did make me think that I fucked something up. Kaboom, you got blown to smithereens by my doo-doo bomb and died. Anyone with half a brain would know this would be a trap. Well, you're adopted. That's something you should tell every kid, by the way, if they're mean to you, just for some little brat in real life, just immediately look at them and say, you're adopted, and walk away. They'll question that forever. Treasure hunt game note. You're real good at this. Not any bozo could find this one. Too bad this isn't the treasure, but points for trying. You were so close. Oh, chocolate. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So anybody that's watching this playthrough, if you don't mind me stopping occasionally to look stuff up just to make sure I'm doing it right, then you should enjoy this, except for the parts where I start belittling you about your life choices. No, I'm just kidding, I'm not going to do that. Wasn't there another box? Oh. Well, technically there was, but... A book by a well-known expert on how to carry large amounts of supplies. Oh, shit! Okay. Another one. I can carry 11 things now. Lucky number 11. I feel like I'm missing it. Yeah, okay. I knew it. Right, game note. You found this place too, huh? You're getting hotter. You gotta use that noggin of yours. Let the thrill of the hunt keep your spirits high. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. The camera angles could use a little work. That would have been cool if Silent Hill had an option to go into first person. At least while you do that thing where you like stand still but you go into first person. Even that would be helpful. Which, honestly, I kind of want to see a Shattered Memories remake, because there's so many of them I never played. I mean, this is actually my third Silent Hill game. The first one I played was Origins, I think, on the PSP. And then, no, this would be my fourth. Then I played Homecoming. I beat the shit out of Homecoming. And then Downpour. I never beat Downpour. I liked it, but I got stuck on something. And I don't remember what it was. And it was at a time period where I wasn't really into horror video games. So, like, I would occasionally, very rarely play one. It wasn't until Resident Evil 7 where I finally realized just how much I loved horror games. Like that rush that you get when you know, beat something that was terrifying. And you're like, yes, I'm the last one standing. You've conquered your fears. Is this another statue? Nope. This place looked so different when the flowers and whatever that stuff was that was growing all over the place took over this little area. I feel like her parents should have been in the game more too. Also, other characters in general. The candy shop, the owner should have been alive throughout the whole game. Kind of like a little hub that you can go to, and then yeah, when you're when fucking Shu shows up and you have to go find your other friend, he keeps just disappearing and basically what I'm picturing in my head because of how you keep running into the monsters, even going in the direction that he was in. I'm just picturing him like running around them, like sneaking around and letting you deal with them, instead of him being there even just for a short time, long enough to help you in a couple of fights. That would have been totally cool. I don't know what that was about. Yeah, even her friends weren't in it for very long.
すいません。運転手さんいませんか？
I can't go to school. I stepped on a dead crow, and I've got frightened.
この先に抜け道があったはず。
Yeah, why no sword? Why no bow? I'm curious why they decided to go this route with just melee, but...
本当に羨ましいわ。まさかあの子がね。それに妬ましいわね。どうしてあの子なのよ。ねえ。噂をすればな。
Guessing they were talking about Hinako. Sorry, I'm walking slow too because I'm looking for anything different. Anything that I can pick up. Anything at all. What is that? I'm just kidding. Also, super huge missed opportunity that there wasn't a Penangalon boss fight.
どこ行くの？こっち通るの珍しいね。
車が道を塞いでてさ。
千鶴や？
今は誰かと喋りたくて。
私も後から行くね。
うん。じゃあね。
裏切り者。
I can't remember why she's calling her that. It's like a traitor to women because she doesn't want to live that life, maybe? Yeah, no Penangalon boss fight. That would have been absolutely horrifying. And also, I think this was Japanese. Like, the hopping vampire? Isn't that a Japanese thing? Like, imagine that field scene with the scarecrows, but, like, what if it had been replaced with a hopping vampire, or it was just simply at a different part in the field? That would have been terrifying. You just see it jumping around. Like that scene from Jeepers Creepers 2 when it gets its legs cut off. Now I know Shu was in love with her. Like, I can't remember if it revealed that Shu... I feel like I might have looked something up, so I don't want to spoil anything, but I guess, spoiler alert, I think Shu might have been giving her, like, the pills on purpose or something, for some reason. Oh yeah. That wasn't like that in the first playthrough, was it? I don't even remember that. I remember reading that, like a couple of times, but I don't think... I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I guess that means that that makes me an acceptable candidate to be a president. Oh yeah, that's where I need to go. But not currently. I know a lot of people don't like it when there's backtracking in video games where you have to go back the way you came for some reason. I kind of like it when they like open up new areas that you normally couldn't have gone through. Oh yeah. Yeah, they mentioned earthquakes and volcanic gas like doing something to some of the villagers in this game. I'm surprised they never played into that in any kind of way. Like I thought that was them explaining why the town is the way it is. Like maybe the earthquake happened and all the gas came out and killed everybody in the town, and they're stuck in some kind of limbo. I thought that's the direction they were going to go in, and then yeah, it ended on a wildly different note. I did like how a lot of people in China were calling me like Lucas-san. I was like, yay! Feel like an anime character.
Yo, 相棒。
シュウ
Probably going to be picking up on a lot of stuff, like connections in this second playthrough than I would have on the first. There's a couple areas I missed I need to go explore. So my throat's a little raw from doing some voice work earlier. Take a cough drop.
相棒にないんだったら私にだってない。
お前らしいや。受け身な生き方なんてお前らしくないぜ。お前が自分で選んだ道なら俺はいつまでも応援するからな。
シュウ
Yeah, he appeared to be the only normal person in the game. It wasn't horrible besides... definitely not her.
ひな
Jesus.
こもいたんだ。
リンコ
何の話をしてたの？
いや大した話は。
誰かとおしゃべりしたい気持ちだったんだって。
気が紛れたよ。
それはよかった。お役に立てて光栄の極み。会えると分かってたら借りてた雑誌持ってくればよかった。
ああ貸したままでいいよ。リンコに貸した時点で戻ってくると思ってないし。
んだとこんちくしょう。笑いすぎだよ。サクコだってひなこから何か借りてるんじゃないの？私なんかあったかな？
It's like, you're right. I forgot your soul.
じゃあ私が借りてる500円も返さなくていいよね。サクコ利子つけて返すとか言ってなかった？言ってないよ。証文あんなら出してみろ。いいこと聞いた。これからはサクコに貸すとき消しゴムであっても証文書かせるから。そんな意地悪言わないでよ。ひなこ？
あ、ごめん。何？
裏切りも。
That just looks so painful. Fucking run! Shit, I don't remember doing that. That was new. It's not the right way. What? Why was it that way then? Oh, where'd I go? Well, she's dead. That was a very, very quick death. Well, I didn't go the direction of the mist because the mist was there. I don't want to play this anymore. I'm just kidding. I do like that little red dewdrop kind of effect on their skin, kind of like those mushrooms that look like candy, but you definitely don't want to eat them. I gotta look up what those are called. Oh, it was supposed to go that way. Well, penis. I wonder if there's anything in those directions that I could have grabbed. Oh no, I'm hurt. I better take a lot of red pills.
シュウにもらっててよかった。相棒の通りだ。
No, we're getting rid of those right now, so we don't have to worry about them. It is a shame, because they did help me quite a lot throughout the game, so this is definitely going to cripple my ability to heal a lot more easily. Oh, that's not one of the statues. Also, yeah, another missed opportunity. There's no Oni. There could have been an Oni. If anybody, obviously there's a lot of anime fans out there, it's huge, but if anybody's a fan of anime and you haven't seen the show Mushishi, I would definitely recommend that. It's on Hulu, if I believe, and it's got one of the best soundtracks of anything I've ever heard. There we go. And it's just genuinely interesting. It's like X-Files meets Spirited Away, but it never gets like too disturbing or too creepy. It's always more like mysterious. It's not to say that there isn't creepy stuff or dark stuff. It's just not the doesn't have that kind of fucked up element that a lot of shows nowadays have. Like Black Mirror. Which Black Mirror is good, but you do kind of have to watch that show in doses. What's that? Nope. Not taking you. I know I'm going to accidentally pick up a red pill at some point, but as long as I don't take one. Actually, the first time I played this, I didn't go in this direction that I'm walking in right here. And so, I hopped over this wall immediately on accident, so then I loaded it back because I wanted to see what was up there, and then, spoiler alert, there's absolutely nothing. So I was like, okay, well, that was a waste of time. I'm gonna name my kid Shu, but you know, with an O and E. He's gonna be like, Dad, why did you do this? And I was like, I mean, I couldn't think of anything better. And I was looking around, I looked down, and I thought, I mean, Shu, that fits you.
Shu? Rinko?
Geico. On my gaming channel. I've got a couple of videos, and I don't know why. I make them, like, extremely depressing or, like, emotional, and then at the end, it just says Geico. Like, what? Why? It's meant to be a joke on, like, life insurance, but when I think Geico, I'm picturing car insurance, but regardless, it's just, I don't know, it cracks me up. Even if everybody else thinks it's stupid. Oh, shit. Damn it. I was in the process of going for a heavy swing, and then that happened. You fucking bitch. How dare. I do hate that swing that gets stopped by, like, the wall or something. Get out of here. Even if it's realistic, yeah, that wall thing is... Like, I got stuck in the shack. I think it was in the... Like, the playground at the school. I got stuck in, like, a little shack, and this big, bloated, flowery thing, like, got me pinned in there, and I could barely swing correctly because I was off of the walls around me. So it took me a minute to escape that little predicament. It's a tense situation. And just because the combat is a little sluggish and clunky, it doesn't mean that you can't have good combat. Like, doesn't mean that there's not going to be, like, badass fight scenes. I've had a few where I was definitely like, oh shit, that was a pretty intense little fight. Wait a minute. That's the way yeah, okay. That's just weird. For some reason I had feeling like I was supposed to go in the opposite direction. On my storytelling channel, spoiler alert, this game has inspired quite a few stories that I'm going to put on there. One I had an idea for already. It wasn't inspired by this game, but it at least inspired the music a little bit. Dude that's on a hunt. He's hunting a deer, and it begins and ends basically like halfway through a sentence without you realizing it. That way it tricks you into making you realize that you're listening to the story over again. And the reason why is because the guy's stuck in a time loop. So that should be interesting to implement. Okay, yeah, this is one of the areas I totally missed the first time. This is what I was talking about. Yokon! That's what it's called. It wasn't an F or an E. Or a J, it was a Y. Oh! It's the UFO ending. I know that you had to do that in order to get part of the UFO ending. I don't know what to do after that. I'm going for the wedding ending in this one. And then I guess the one after the wedding. And then whatever comes after that. Assuming that I want to play it that many times. I might get bored after the second time. I don't know. We'll find out. It's still interesting to me right now. Which way did I come from? It's up here, right? And I believe that's where I climbed next. So I missed something else, I think. Yeah, I don't remember coming in this area either. Okay, I don't think that was anything. Local doctor's notes. There are cases where patients seen an improvement in their symptoms not by taking medicine, but rather by simply talking to a doctor. This is cause of the following. True, fostered between the practitioner and patient. Conclusively, the pharmacists who have been trusted since ancient times perhaps could be said to contain a similar power to that of the local gods here. Even among the younger generations of this town, there are many who believe praying to Onari-san will soothe pain and speed up the healing process. One's fortitude of health is thought to have direct relation to potency. There are even some town elders who claim to have had broken bones miraculously mended after praying to Ona. So, yeah. One of the weirdest monsters in D&D, I've got the Oriental Adventures book. One of the weirdest monsters was called the Shiru Kinu Katsukami. That's what it's called. It took me a minute to figure out how to pronounce it properly. Get out of here. Look at that shit. You'll be forgotten under the weight of the buried bodies of the ones just like you that I'll send to your graves. You dreaded vile monster. Okay. Those were two of the places I didn't explore. I don't know if I missed anything else in the game. I feel like I explored everything else. I might have missed a direction. Oh shit. Well, as long as I don't take them. Discard. Get out of here. So I'm gonna have to resort to bandages, chocolate, and peanuts. Or whatever the fuck these things are. Ow! I even heard you! I need to figure out just how much they actually heal, so I'm going to eat one of these. Okay, it's not much. But it heals your... Oh, it does not heal your faith. Or restore your faith. Chocolate doesn't either, I don't think, does it? I think that's... energy, yeah, stamina and health, I believe. It's this stuff, yeah, yonkai, or whatever they pronounce it, yokai. Let me take a look. Yokin. Yeah, that's the stuff that it heals you quicker. Or no, it heals your health a lot more than... I'm gonna put it over here. Completely replace the red pill. That's another thing, as long as I can replace all the spots with something else, then I'll never accidentally take the red pill either. Shouldn't have taken the red pill, Neo. Who's gonna tell Neo that it was just a placebo? You find Mervyn Cumberland Weems underwear in the thing. It says Bagagua on the little tag. That'd be hilarious. Don't summon Bagagua. yeah, it's just those magazines are all over the place. I do get how frustrating that would be. Like, imagine the roles were reversed and women went out to work and men had to deal with that stuff. Yeah, the whole story would have been the same, but from a different perspective. Well, not the same. Like, it'd probably be a little different. I don't know. I'm gonna call and order pizza. So, like, yeah, that's the thing. Like I said, I can see why people would complain and think that this was woke, but accurately, or historically, it is accurate. I think that's the thing, is people were probably wondering if that was always what their idea for the story was going to be. Like, or if they if they built the story around trying to be progressive like this message that they're trying to get out, or if they are just simply choosing a specific time in China or Japan and saying, you know, what would be a good theme with this? What would make this work? This story. Oh yeah, this. Like, what were some common things that people were dealing with around that time period? And now comes the first. This thing made me jump the first time I played. The one that comes out right here. It actually made me jump. Except it ran around the corner last time. I guess this time it's going to be a little different. Oh, shit. I thought it was going to be downstairs. Okay, it didn't make me jump. That made my heart jump a little bit. Used bloody key. I think I ran. Yeah, I ran from this thing the first time. I didn't attack it. There was a period, by the way, so just be ready, guys, for anybody that plays this. You can absolutely run out of weapons if you're not careful enough. Like, there are definitely some fights that you should just run around. But a lot of the fights, you probably won't do that. You'll be like, ooh, a monster, I'm going to kill it. But yeah, the entire farm section with the scarecrows, I had no weapon. So that was rough getting through that, honestly. Wait a minute. I never had the backdoor key for this, did I? Not in the first playthrough. I had to climb out on that fucking rafter thing. I mean, maybe I missed the key, or, yeah, just... Maybe it was never an option the first playthrough. Well, hey, where would that take me now? Would it drop me down in the same area? Or maybe, no, hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay, I was wrong. I came down here, but there's nowhere to go down here. So I had to go back up, and then I had to go out on the rafter. Or whatever that thing is called. What is that roof called? That roof has to have a specific name, that, like, metal, bent, ripple, metal-looking roof. Somebody in the comments is like, oh, metal roof. Like, no, yeah, the specific name, though. Roof of metal. I wonder if there's an achievement for beating the game without attacking anything. Of course, no, you'd have to beat the bosses. I was genuinely surprised how fucking dark this story got in a few parts, like when she was getting married to Fox Mask, or going through the process of all that. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Sawing her own arm off like that, and then cutting her face off. It's like, okay. That's pretty twisted. Alright. One thing or element in every game that I play, if there's a parry option, I'm really not good at parry options. I always seem to fuck that up. So I'm going to try to do that more in this game, instead of just dodging them like I was doing throughout basically the entire playthrough. And if I did get a parry, it was usually by accident. Like, I'd be hitting the right trigger right when it was happening. Okay. I believe this is the way that I need to go. Yeah, that is a dead end, but has potential loot. Bandages. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Nice. Antique comb. There we go. Enshrine. The dried carcass and the antique comb. For 750 faith. I could draw another Omamori. Wait a minute, hold on. Can I have more than 3 Omamoris this time? Can I get... I'm gonna look that up real quick. F. Oops. Omamori. I would really like to see, okay, yeah, in New Game Plus you can get more than one. Okay, that's cool. You can gain up to 2 additional slots using the imma in between 1500 faith and 3000 faith at a Hokoro. Or Hokora. Where do you get a brooch? It's talking about a brooch. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I remember getting the brooch in the first playthrough. I fought my parents. Do I just have it on me right now? Okay. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry. I just want to make sure that I guess the first thing I can do is actually just unpause it and look to see if it's on my character. Yes, it is. Okay, I have the brooch, so never mind. I've already got it still. Right there. So now... Oh my god, I just thought of something. I bet the quality of this playthrough has been extremely dark, lighting-wise. I'm going to test that right now, because there's a certain setting I have to set up for my game on certain games to where, since I'm playing on 4K, sometimes it comes through all fucked up. I would be very disappointed if it was that dark this whole time, which I guess I'll just have to fix that for the next playthroughs. But let me check. It doesn't look bad in certain areas, but I'm assuming, yeah, that it's been much darker than it needed to be. Let me look around a little bit. Give me 1 second. Oh, I just now noticed somebody was messaging me too. Hello. How are you doing? That was about an hour ago, though. I don't think they're still here. I'm not used to people doing that because I don't stream on Twitch, so I never check my chat. Okay, I am going to try to fix the lighting. I'll go ahead and stop this first stream and try to fix the lighting and get it working better for the next one. So let me go ahead and save it, and then I'll hop right back in. Alright, be right back, guys. Oops.